I have Emma with me, and it will be a dematting video. So keep watching. We're gonna start. Hasn't had his bath yet. I am going to start by taking some of these knots out. He has some over here in his bum, and he has some all around his neck. So today he's gonna have holes everywhere because I'm just taking out these mats. I am not giving him a cut. The client does not want a cut. She just wants me to cut out the knots, take him out, shave him out. I'm going to shave some to show you how I proceed with the shaving, and I'm going to also cut some so that you can learn how to safely demat your dog.
So here on my dog grooming channel, I teach small dog grooming with detailed explanations, focusing on Shih Tzus, Coton de Tulears, and other small breeds.
Okay, so if I come to a knot here, I will hold the base of the tail, and I'm going to use a slicker brush that has these pins here. They're very prickly, and I will hold the base of the tail, and I will try to brush the knots out this way. If this isn't working after a few good passes, you may want to try ripping. So you're going to take the knot and you're going to try to rip and spread it apart like this, okay? Spread and rip, okay? And then you're going to grab your hair again and you're going to try to brush that out once more. If you come along where there's a knot here, a bigger knot, a knot that just won't let go, you may want to split that knot in different sections, like so. Watch this. So I have this huge knot like that. See, this is the length of the hair, and you're going to want to come in and go in the same direction as the hair. You can do that, just a few cuts, and then try once more to cut through, to brush through, sorry. Okay, that is another. Then you go back and ripping. We're ripping from the tip. We're not ripping at the base. You're just ripping the knot out like this, just separating. Separated it. It's not all separated. It's okay. You hold it and then you use the brush again and it'll brush that out. You use your comb here. This comb will help to see if your job is well done. Once you've found a knot, you hold that base of the tail again and you brush out. If for some reason all of that's not working and it's really tough, you'll find another knot here. For some reason that's not working, you can come in with a pair of thinning shears. You can get these at any pharmacy, you can buy them online. They've got teeth, okay? The more teeth they have, the less they'll cut, but the softer the cut will be. So you can either come in with your thinning shears, if you get some, and you can cut just a few cuts, moving your scissor along, and then brush that out. See how it came out? It is shorter, but it will blend in. It won't show, okay? If you don't have any thinning shears, you can just cut your knot with just the tip, but then it'll leave more of a blunt, see how square that is? More of a blunt cut, okay? So we're gonna check this out. I'm gonna keep brushing a little bit, okay? So it's good to brush your dog before bringing him into the bath, especially if there's so many knots like that. It's good to try to get the most out possible, because once you wash your dog, you wet your dog, those knots will be in there. First of all, you won't be able to be cleaning the area very well if it's all, imagine if it's all bunched up like this, you're not really getting that soap in there and getting it really well rinsed and all that. So as best as possible, try to get rid of most of the knots. If not, it's fine. You can still wash, dry your dog, and then get rid of those knots. Don't leave those knots there, because if you do, that could cause some nasties on their skin, and we don't want that. So it's important to brush them out as best you can to get rid of all of that. Just be sure, especially when they're dirty too, wear your mask. So I'm going to continue brushing. So we've come to his neck here. I'll show you his neck. He's got a whole bunch of his neck. And I'm actually going to show you, look, we need to decide when is it time to shave and when is it time to brush. It depends on the size of the knot, I guess. See all of this? See this? This is really, really caught in there. I wouldn't want to attempt, look at this, it moves all together. I would not attempt trying to cut that. The client knows that I don't want the dog to suffer any huge brushing, so we're going to shave all of this, okay? And I'm going to show you how. And before, please don't pass judgment, because some people just don't have the time to do this type of brushing, and I know you're probably figuring then if you don't have the time, get a shorter cut. This lady has taken care of this dog impeccably well, but there's been trouble in the family and stuff has been going on with health and stuff, so it's really tough. Sometimes there are times that are tough, and I could see she was very emotional, feeling guilty, overwhelmed. It's happened to me before with my dog, where I couldn't keep the dog brushed because I was working on all these other dogs, right? So I was for me, I was feeling guilty and overwhelmed also, but I was also feeling like a failure, as if I failed my dog, as if I failed. And it's tough. But I had a long talk with her about how it's important to sometimes, maybe she had time then, but sometimes it's important to be able to come to that decision where things are, times have changed, and it's okay to let go. She just doesn't want to let go of her beautiful amour. So anyhow, I'm going to show you guys, how I'll shave, okay? So when the dog's neck, here is so bad like that, I'm going to shave it out. Again, guys, this will not look good. This will not look good. There are no promises here for this dog to look good because he's going to have a whole bunch of holes all around. But what I'm going to try to do is, instead of just making one hole, one clump, I'm going to try to take all of this out in the front, even if on this side there's no knotting on this side here, because, well, there's some a little here, but there's none here. Here there's some. So I just want to make it equal, and I'm going to try to make it like there's like a little skirt going on here. I'm going to try to make them look good. I'm going to try, make it look equal. So when I get grooming, I'm going to shave him, and I'll show you how I get that done. I use a 7 blade. And then I'm going to try to come in and blend, if possible, wash him and then brush him out and try to blend this in, okay? So that it doesn't look that funny. Okay, so I'm going to try to cheat. And when I say cheat, is I'm going to keep the front. We're going to keep this front part here, okay? And I'm going to shave all of that underneath. But this I'm going to keep to brush. And then when I say cheat, he won't look as, shaved underneath here if I keep a little bit of the front. You'll see what I mean once I start cutting. But I'm going to take all of that out. That's got to go, guys. You can't brush that. Do not try to attempt to brush this here. And again, he won't look as amazing as he usually does. Look at all that. That is like carpet. That is a knot. He's not enjoying this, okay? All right, take some off here underneath. Try to cheat. Oh, hang on. Okay. All right, we did one side. Let's do the other side. All right, you're fine. Okay. All right, so he's not so bad right now, so I'm going to put him in the tub, and I will be right back with a very clean pup. So I have Amu all washed up. He's all clean. He had 2 shampoos and 2 facials. So now what I'm going to attempt to do is add a little bit of spray here. It's a conditioning spray. I just put my little fancy bottle here. And the reason why, of course, it conditions the coat. So I'll add some conditioning spray, and it really helps with taking some of those knots out. Another thing is, yes, I did take most of the huge mats out before putting him in the tub, but it's important to know that your cotton will have, well, any coat that's like this type of coat, right? It's very fluffy type of coat. Your cotton, your dog will have, once they come out of the bath, you'll notice that maybe a little bit of knotting has been created, and that's because water is their enemy. Water is enemy to these coats, so definitely.
You can use a wet brush on the wet hair before drying the dog. It helps to take more of the tangles out, separate the hairs to help with the drying process. I love this wet brush because it has those little blue nibs on the tip of each little bristle so that it doesn't scratch the dog's skin. Remember, brushing up and away from the skin is best practice, but with this brush, even if you'll brush along the skin, you won't be scratching the pup, so you should be good. Remember guys, respect, comfort, and safety before vanity.
Alright, so this little boy is nice and dry. I'm going to brush him out, and I am going to slow down the video as soon as I get to some knots, and I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, so I've come across this little knot here. I'm just going to cut this out. Really easy fix. As I showed you a while ago, I'm going to use my thinners. There are 2 ways you can do this. You can either just like hold at the skin. The wrong way to do this is to hold and pull and then go and cut. Because see how that skin is being pulled, that pink skin here is being pulled? You might end up cutting the skin. So the best way to do it is to keep your fingers on where the skin is and either cut right below the knot, or let's try this. Let's try to cut right into the knot. Okay, hang on. I'm actually going to use these here straights because I'll cut back into it. And if you cut into the knot, then you might be able to separate. So then you'll be able to brush that, and you will have lost a lot less length. Okay. So just come in and cut that knot inside the knot, like right on top of the knot, in the knot. And then brush, give it a few brushes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So we're just pulling away from the skin. And then just working that knot like that. And there, I think we got it. Let's see if our work is well done. There you go, it's out. And you didn't take too much of the length off. likes to just pull, and so it's just, as long as, you know, you have to decide, do I want to brush, do I want to cut? That's all this video is about. Do I brush, do I cut, how do I cut, what technique do I use? I'm giving you guys tips, and you have to go with how it makes you feel, you know, and how, in your own logic. See, I'm holding his leg here, and I'm going with that bone. See, back here, there's that elbow, and I'm just going to lock that elbow to try to comb and brush that out. He may want to bring his head down and pull. See how he's doing that? So I wanted to brush it out. He won't let me. I'm going to sit him down, take that again, this leg again, and instead I'm going to find that knot. It's not a big one, but it's enough for him to say, I don't want you to pull. And then I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to snip that out. Guys, often they'll get right under their lip, their lower lip here, they'll get knots here. They'll get food and debris. So that should be just cut out. I don't like to brush that. Comb it, or there's more here. So, we're done, hon? We're done. We did it. Did we? There's more here. Oh guys, there's more here. Hang on. We're gonna brush this here. Did we get it? Huh? Can I see? Didn't get it. Just cut that back out. So a lot of cutting for a dog that I'm not giving him a cut. So there we go. We did it.
Guys, I upload a new video every Monday and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And I also go live on Wednesdays, and that's at 10 a.m. So hopefully I can see you there. If you have any questions, I'm there live for you. Just make sure that you click that notification bell, because that's the only way you'll get to know if I've uploaded a video.